Hey, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Sarah, and welcome to our home. If you've been following our channel, we've got a couple other house tours. We've been living in the house almost a year during construction, so some of this is going to be repetitive, some of it is going to be brand new to y'all. So where we are right now is we're in our kitchen. Taylor has done 100% of the work himself. In our last video, or last tour video, we had asked some questions about suggestions on our countertops. We have left them exactly the way they are. We are not going to really invest anything into them. Based on long term, we plan on doing something different. So this is our kitchen. Like we said in previous videos, we've got pot filler, an induction cooktop, which has actually been probably our favorite item in the entire house. As far as just rapidly cooking, it's hard to actually use gas. Some of you guys have asked us about what this is. This is our Berkey filtration system. Taylor, talk about it.
So if anybody knows anything about water filtration, then you probably have seen the brand Berkey. And through my extensive research a couple of years ago, I found that the Berkey was probably one of the most efficient ones. It doesn't use any electricity. It's all gravity fed. So you can buy the big pretty Berkey stainless steel filtration units, but they're hundreds of dollars. So I just got the black filters and the fluoride filter and just made my own out of some BPA free 5-gallon buckets. And it's a good short-term solution for us right now until I can find a great deal on an actual stainless steel Berkey.
Definitely. So the kitchen has actually been better than I could have ever expected. Many things Taylor actually said, hey, I'm going to advocate for this, like the second sink and the induction cooktop, things that I really wasn't a big fan of in the I can't even speak, when we were early stages of planning, but we have been extremely pleased with the flow of our kitchen. We did Thanksgiving this year, and our island worked great for a rotating buffet. So we're going to come over here to our pantry. It has been awesome. It's a 5x8. It fits our small deep freezer, which helps us stock up on our meats and different things like that. Overall, a functioning home has helped us to be healthier individuals. We're kind of on this health journey, this overall kind of purging chemicals and just processed foods and just overall just bad for you type things. And we're trying to kind of change our lifestyle, and this home has really projected us forward. So right over here, we're going to come into the living room / dining room.
You didn't talk about your key hook either, how much that's made a big difference in our lives.
Yeah. So since we've been here for a year, essentially, we are learning what we actually need to function. And every day we add something a little bit more and different things like that. We probably lost our keys 1,000 times in that year in the construction.
Was that us that lost our keys?
You've lost your keys too. You've lost your keys too. So this actually helped because we don't have an actual formal walkway. It was helpful to just be able to keep up their stuff a little bit better. The last time you guys saw the house, Taylor had been working diligently to get ready for our first Thanksgiving. So this is kind of transformed into our dining room. This is probably one of my favorite things in the house too. I am very into travel, and so Taylor and his dad actually built me this frame with a map, and we're actually pinpointing where we've gone. This summer we plan on going probably up through the Grand Canyon up and all the way through Montana and Wyoming and Utah, and so we're excited about that. And just giving an overall home feel. Right here, this is kind of a temporary, we think. The goal is to build kind of a circular table that could fold down so that we have more space, but I actually kind of like it. So you'll see our sliding doors. Taylor actually built these himself for about $15, just using some steel. Taylor, walk us through.
Well, just made these out of the steel tracks and some garage door rollers and some screws and just stuff I had laying around. And rather than paying the couple $100s they were at Lowe's, we just built them ourselves. We got these doors from the Habitat for Humanity. They're solid wood doors, and we have matching throughout the house, and I paid $50 a piece for them, which is a fantastic deal on doors.
Okay, so right here we're coming into kind of our small guest room. It is little, but it satisfies what we need, a bed for a guest if we have one. A little bit of decoration. It's made a big difference for me, just feeling like it's a home.
Just a few pictures on the walls and
pictures
some
on
decorations.
the wall have made such a difference.
We've got a long way to go, but it makes it feel a little bit like home while we're here right now.
Definitely. Excuse.
Got the Backmaster VP chamber vacuum sealer over here. I've got another video on that if you're interested in it. This is just a temporary rolling cart I've got it on right now because it's so heavy. We can move it around. I have plans on making a permanent home for it at some point in the future.
Okay, over here, so this is what Taylor's office is. We've decided that we like the idea of the room that we're currently working on. We were gonna put our master in there. We decided that it wasn't gonna work based on the door sliding and just how limited the room was after we got a queen size bed in our temporary room, and we realized that's gonna have to be long-term for us just based on the fact that the way the doors slide, it would really just not be functional. So right now this is his office and our would-be closet. It is a disaster, so we won't go too deep.
Back behind this is air conditioning. I still need to build a wall and a door to access the central heat and air system right here. And we'll have all this closed and all this trimmed out at some point. Right now, at this point in our build, that we're into kind of a lot of detail work. I've done a lot of the big major projects, but there's just a limitless number of details that need to be done to get everything kind of finished up. Tell us about the fire. What's going on over here with the fireplace?
Okay, so what Taylor has done is he's put a fire.
It's concrete hardy board,
right.
backer board.
So we were worried that the wall was going to start getting too warm, and so the ultimate goal is we are going to take the backsplash that we had left over from the house and likely put it up here and then do a small mantle to kind of give it an overall fireplace feel. We're still loving the floors. We've actually put a deck on the back, and we're gonna go look at that, and we're seeing a lot less dirt track through the house, which is really helpful. Over here, this is the room we were talking about. So this was going to be our master bedroom, but it's going to be Taylor's office. You'll see this doorway right here. It would have started to interfere with how our bed would go, and it just wasn't very practical.
Yeah. Right now, it's just mainly our tool storage room. Since the last video, I think I've added in that window in the back. We've insulated the wall, put the OSB up walls up. I've put electrical in, roughed out the electrical at least. I've got lights, and then we're starting to work on some plugs and things in here. I've got a couple of panels to go back up on the wall. Still need to put a box around the air conditioning and all that. But Sarah, tell us what this room's going to be.
So this is going to be a second bathroom, just a small one. We were talking about our clawfoot tub, a little tiny vanity, and a toilet, just to give us a second bathroom. This week we were kind of toying with the idea of maybe turning this into a laundry room and just having the one bathroom, but we just kind of nixed that and decided that that wasn't going to be practical. Right over here.
So walking right into this room, then if you immediately turn left, there's another doorway right here.
Okay, so one thing you'll notice throughout the house is you have not seen a closet anywhere. If we could change one thing, we probably would have made a closet priority earlier, just because it's starting to feel overwhelming with laundry, even though we're staying on top of it. Overall, it would be nice to just have a place for our stuff. So right in here, the goal is to do a built-in all the way down of drawers, rather than taking up space and risking fall hazards later on for kids. We want to do only built-ins and things that are strapped to. So this ideally will be all drawers. Over on this side, probably just maybe like right here doing shelving. So I like the idea of just being able to reach it. I don't want to reach for my clothes. I want everything to have a place. But this will be the one and only closet in the home.
At this time.
At this point. We might add on upstairs. We don't have anything upstairs yet. But it's just the two of us. We're not super materialistic people. And I think that if we just had some space, I think that it will satisfy for now.
And we also found when we were living together in our last apartment that when we shared a closet, it gave us more accountability. Yes, so we kept our closets from just being a big disaster where we just throw our laundry in there and then go dig through it every day. We made ourselves accountable on our closet, so that's why we decided to share a closet.
All right. So right over here, this is my pride and joy. I did not realize how much having a carpet and some stuff on the art on the wall really was going to make a difference, but it really changed the whole dynamic of the house. It just feels overall cozy. You'll see travel theme throughout. One thing that I love is that we finally, and excuse me, you could have seen it in the kitchen. We have finally started framing out the windows. I love this. And one of my favorite places on the planet is Germany. And there's just such a German vibe to the white on brown. And so we might even do something with that outside. And we liked the idea of really making the windows in the living room kind of art, just like what we've done over here with this giant map. So the same way that this art is displayed, we wanted the windows to be art as well. Okay, let's talk fans, because this is new as well. I was out of town for work, and when I came home, Taylor didn't tell me he was doing it. It took me quite a while to realize they were in there, but it has made the airfield cleaner between that and our doTERRA, what are we calling that? Diffuser. It really, the air feels cleaner overall.
And it's cut down on it. We've had a few hot days so far. It's April. It's actually pretty cold out today, but we've had some warm days, and just turning the fan on, open a window is much more efficient than turning on the air conditioner. It works great, and it gives us some natural fresh air.
And the air feels great.
So actually what you'll see that some of the trim around the door is a little messed up, or it's not matching. We actually re-leveled the containers again. I completely went underneath all the whole containers, put up new blocks, concreted everything in, because we found out while we were building the deck, which you can kind of see a glimpse of out the back right now, that one end of the container was about 4 inches lower than the other. And so after leveling it all out, we actually discovered that our door, these two big back windows and our back patio door, no longer closed or opened. So I actually had to take the back door, these two big windows out, and reposition them back in with new shims, and cut the hole a little bit bigger and all that, because it had shifted everything. So I actually had to redo all the trim and everything as well. So that was kind of a two steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing we did.
Okay, so we're gonna come in here to our bathroom. We don't really we spend a lot of time in here, but if there's one thing that I would really change substantially, I'm not a huge fan of the vanity itself. The drawers are really small. Let me see if I can get it. So the drawers are small. They are soft close, but they're small. The doors are really small. And then the overall concrete, not a huge fan. So we will do something, probably an overhaul of the whole entire bathroom at some point. You'll see we still have our mismatch washer and dryer. A couple months ago, we switched to a gas dryer just because our power was surging really bad because we're so far from the main power source. And Taylor is a man that will not pay full price for anything. So when we find a deal on a front loading washing machine that matches, we're going to get it. But we still need to put up our mirror. We still need to paint our trim and different things like that. We have our toilet room right here, which has been very helpful in our main power source. So the dryer has a box, and the water for the entire home is in there.
It's all hidden behind a panel in that little room right there. We did the backsplash above the shower as well. I haven't grouted it yet, but it looks pretty good, and we'll still have some trim and stuff to do around the edges.
So one thing that we're still looking for a solution for in the house is shoe storage. Like I was saying, when you walk in the door, we really don't have that walkway or that entryway where you can slip your shoes, and so that's a long-term goal that we're saying, hey, how can we do this better? So right next, we're going to go into what has turned into what will be our master bedroom. So this is about a 12 by 8. It does what it needs to. It has a bed, but there's no room for a closet. We've got a little desk for a fan and things like that. But this is a queen size bed, so you can see based on what we're running into. So here, let me come over here. We scoot on in. So it's not real practical, but when we were building the house, it was more important for us to have a good kitchen, a good living room. You sleep in your bed. So we still need to get some art up and an actual window treatment. But yeah, so Taylor sleeps during the day because he works at night. And so this is kind of our keep it dark. So, but this is our house. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go... Say hello to Sherkan. Oh, yeah. Hey, Sherkan. Taylor, he's currently working on the electrical for outside. So these are going to be switches for the outside. The deck he built in about 6 days by himself. I don't think he's human. So we're really excited to share it with you. But we have gotten so much enjoyment out of it. And look at this behind us. It's incredible. Okay, let's go on outside. So bear with us, it's windy, and I don't have a windsock.
So, looking at the deck, I'm going to talk about it a little bit. It is a full 40-foot deck by 14. We'll try and come over here to the corner so you can get a good glimpse of it. I still got some tools and stuff out here because this is going to kind of turn into our workstation area out here for right now, because the shipping containers out front, they get too hot, and I've got limited space in them as well. So this is actually going to be a much bigger workstation for where I can work on cabinets and building our built-ins and stuff for inside with the closet and all that. So
it's been nice not having to be in the dirt. We're so dirty all the time, and so just being able to walk up and kind of shake your feet and different things like that has made
having a stable ground that's level, that's not in the dirt, not in the dust. It's actually helping us a lot. I've only had this done for about a day or two now, and we've already just gotten so much enjoyment out of it. Roof made out of it's 2 3/8 oil filled pipe and 3-inch C-purling. I've got OSB base on it there. I've then got a synthetic roof barrier, and then we've got Galvalume, I believe it's 26 gauge R panel on top there, and it's all came up very nicely. It was probably about 5 full days worth of work for me to do this on my own. The floor is a little bit different. It's actually a C-purling floor. These are 6-inch steel C-purlings. I decided to use steel rather than wood because the cost was only just slightly more. I think wood to do this deck was going to be around $1,200, and the steel to do the deck was actually $1,800. And my intention on that was to never have to replace it and never have to worry about fires either, because we are in the middle of the woods. It is Texas. It gets hot and dry, and there are forest fires at times. And so I wanted to make this as fire resistant as possible. And so far so good. It's actually really dusty today because here in our yard we don't have any grass or any ground cover right now, and it's been really windy here lately, so it's blowing all the dust and the tree pollen and stuff up on our deck. So we do have to kind of blow it off with a leaf blower every once in a while. I've planted grass seed and some wildflower seed out here today or yesterday, and I'll start watering it and maybe get some ground cover out here so it won't be so dusty.
Okay, I have a couple things. Okay, so one thing that we learned this winter while being in the house. So inside the house, awesome insulation. So there was days that it was like 90 degrees if the heater was going. When it is 20 degrees outside and 90 degrees inside, the house is gonna sweat, and that's what we noticed. So one thing that we're working on next project is spray foaming the outside and actually doing a siding of some kind. Taylor?
So, like Sarah said, we did have some condensation issues on the inside. It is a steel box, just like when you pour cold water into a glass and put it outside, it has the condensation on the outside. Just think of the opposite of that. When it's cold outside and we are inside, imagine that we are imagine it being a glass. So inside, there are some areas where there was some condensation dripping down the walls, even though we have that polyiso insulation. So what we're gonna actually do is I'm gonna clad this out with probably about 2 inches of spray foam, and then go over it with maybe like some hardy board siding or something along those lines. You can see my my foam insulation I've put around the doors and windows from when we redid them a little while ago, and that'll actually make it look a little bit prettier on the outside if you're not into the shipping container look. But we'll still maintain the structure and the watertight seal of the container, but we'll have a more, I guess, traditional looking back patio and porch and things like that. And we decided we're not going to try and do any wood on the outside, just based like on what I was talking about was the fire resistance, other than the OSB that's on the roof that I could not avoid.
Okay, so one thing that I would like to talk about is Taylor and I, though Taylor is doing all of this, we have never built a home before, so please give us grace when we're building this. We want to share this experience with you and bring you along. We did not want to live this lifestyle where we were just buying, surviving, just going through the mechanism that the world has set in place for us. We wanted to repave it and decide that, hey, maybe we don't want to live this way. We don't want a $300,000 mortgage. So some of your tips have been awesome. It's not for us. And we are so grateful you're along for the ride. But, I mean, we're what, $25,000 in, no mortgage, and it's given us such freedom. And the other day I woke up and I just sat and the hummingbirds were just coming to me. It was an incredible moment. And so we are glad you guys are here for the ride, but please understand that we are not professionals. We've never done this before. And so just give us grace while we're doing this, because we're learning too, and there's going to be things that we've done and it's like, whoa, hey, that didn't work out. And we want to be able to share it with you. We don't want to feel like you're going to criticize us and call us an idiot because it maybe didn't go as well as we'd hoped. We're learning. So please just bear with us. Anything you want to say, Taylor?
So about, we got this patio furniture that we got from a discount supply place there in Rockwall, Texas, the 1% company, and he gets good deals on stuff as well. So we got this whole set for a couple $100, and that was big savings. We've actually discovered that one of our favorite things, we actually don't own a television. We'd spend some time on our phones on the internet with that, but we've actually discovered this is our favorite view. We like to come sit out here, we watch the hummingbirds, and that's better than any TV show we've ever watched because there's drama and there's battle and there's romance, and they just come and they go, and we've had quite a few of them out here. They're kind of scared because Sarah's moving around too much, and but I think we're up to around 7 or 10 of them right now, males that are out here fighting, and the females come and go, and so it's just fun to watch. We've got a bird building a nest in our aloe vera plant right here. We call her Mama Wren, and we saw a turkey come strolling up the other day. We've got deer. We've got.
It's been I just saw one. But it's been a great way to just unwind and just realize that if you're even on the fence about, hey, maybe thinking about doing something different, you're not required you're not obligated, you're not required to live this particular life. We are the architects of our own life. Got a hummingbird. Oh, I guess he's gone.
Yeah, they're kind of scared because we're being too loud.
So,
but if you sit out here, they get real close. Was able to salvage some stairs I got from a garage sale, and just as much as we can, we buy recycled. That's why we're not getting, that's why this process has taken us a year, is that I could have, shelled out $100,000 and had this done in a month, but it was a process of let's buy recycled, let's buy it as we come across it, let's scavenge for it if we can, let's find it out in the barn, out in our what we've already got, and make this our dream home without breaking the bank, and build it exactly the way we want. So, and I know somebody's going to ask why that hummingbird feeder is so brown. That's actually organic sugar in it, and we were experimenting whether the regular white cane sugar and the brown organic sugar we're going to make a difference on the hummingbirds. They don't care either way.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and just follow us on this journey. Thanks.
Bye.